YI 111 shares popping here. $4.60 on very, very light volume. Yankee India.
Hey guys, good morning. Let me get on my lucky hat. We've got a lucky cat to amuse us today. Yesterday was kind of, those of you that saw the recap, I did end up, I ended up with about $300, I think, but it wasn't a good showing for the $1 Million Margin Club here. So this is the professor. I am from Day Trading for Success, but I'm over here as a guest trader with a $1 Million Margin Club to help bring attention to their channel and their products. So welcome to be with me today. Hopefully we'll do better today. I did identify a few issues yesterday, which I think I might want to try differently today. It won't really change the day trading plan, which is still right. When I did the recap yesterday, I kept this screen up by mistake for the whole time I talked until it got back to the live trading. So you can see the recap on Day Trading for Success. But I think I might, if you watch the recap on Day Trading for Success, you saw that this was the killer for me. Once I just stopped thinking about that, I quickly made the money. So I was trying to figure out how to do that safely with you guys. And I think I'm just going to lower the share size to like 20 shares and ride it into a bigger move so I don't hit my max loss too quickly, because it just takes time to move up and down. So obviously it's all about picking the right stock and everything, and still the right entry. Still, that doesn't change, but it gives it a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of an edge if you can play the move a bit deeper. And it seemed like the 15-cent scanner per 1 minute candle with the 50K per 1 minute candle, I needed more room to move. The second I had that freedom, it was just like every trade was like 30 bucks, 50 bucks, 60 bucks. I mean, it was just, but I would go down, like you would see the red, like $150, and it'd be like, oh my God. So, but if I could just hold it into what I wanted to hold it to, average in to more of a, like I do swing trading, everything was fine. I made the money right away. And that is how I trade. That's how it works for me, that I can call the overall move, but sometimes I'm used to managing a bad position. You'll see me do that with the RV strategy. I'm just managing a bad position. That's why reverse works for me. So I'm trading like I'm reversing almost, but I'm not reversing. And we were having a big conversation about it this morning, like, why is it different? And I think that's what it is, that, identifying that we want to keep the max loss reasonable for people. So then just lower the share size. So yeah, it won't be as exciting for sure, but it's a crap load safer. And I think that the trades will work. So let's see if that works today. That's the plan. We'll see. I know I can call them. I do it all the time. But, it's a little bit of, you feel a little bit of a lack of confidence when stuff like yesterday, it took forever to get 40 bucks. And in one trade, I was down 100 or whatever. So I was like, come on. So anyway, today, a couple of things. Let's go over the news. Some exciting things. So Tesla is supposedly having a huge announcement. Let's see, did they say it already? No. So it didn't have the news on Tesla, but they're alluding to some big story today. I took a swing on this on another account. Hopefully I don't get killed again, because it is down from where I went in, which was like 151. I went in. I didn't go in until up here. I just took a swing on this for a very low share size, and I'm thinking that this could go up on that news, but I kept the share size low so I wouldn't get hit like the 12K I did last time I did that. And I still have a long-term position riding on this for 2,000 shares.
CIS says,
so that's down much lower my position. So I'm doing good on that one. So I got back the money I lost right away that early in the week. What is today's only Tuesday, right? God, it seems like it seems like Wednesday or Thursday to me. AMD yesterday cleaned up early on before the market even opened, did big bucks, and then we did a little bit on it after it opened. And then if you traded it all this morning, I took a tiny swing. I mean, not a swing. I took a tiny trade on AMD. Yeah, 54 bucks. So they kept putting the target up higher. They keep raising the target of this, 265, so you should expect this to climb slowly back up. Today already has. It's up, hit 218. Now it's fading off again. But this might be something we want to trade today. So we're going to get a look at this for a low share. I guess I'll do 25 shares. So we'll get a look for this for a low share size. And let me just make sure. I think I marked this out. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So I marked this out, did some historical, which we didn't have many places to do it. And this is not an RV stock for sure, but this could be good for us for this strike and recoil strategy. So it went out to 218. Now it's on its way back down. It might hit that fib and turn around. But we'll just keep an eye on this. There's the high, ATR high, because it already breached it in the pre-market action, right? And then I want to keep an eye on Tesla. And also, I marked out NVIDIA. I want to keep an eye on that today, too. It's already going way up, as you can see. So it opened up down in this area. So where did it open? It opened at 186.23. So it's up to $2.60 roughly. So that would have been a good opening trade for people who might have caught that. It does seem like the news overall is good. Again, the market is good. Let's see, what is our market doing right now? Well, right now it's saying that it's down. It was starting to go up right when the market opened. So general news based on all the data, all the the different people putting prices on the stocks. Let me get a look here of what we figured out. I've got chat and I've got data rolled out. So we still got everything shut down still. It's people, I don't know when that's going to start hitting, the reality for people that people are about to lose their job. They said there's some delays in the IPO filings for one thing. That's going to hit the market a little bit. Chip AI shockwaves, AMD, multi-year open AI deal. So again, and they take a 10% stake, and then everybody raids their thing. So AMD should be a fun, strong, biased strike and recoil strategy for today. So thinking that you can't get in too much trouble if you go long. If you go short, you can though. So we got to remember it's long biased. And then SPY is slightly bearish, the QQQ neutral. NVIDIA, a slight bearish, believe it or not. Interesting. AMD bullish. Google slightly bullish. Now these are taken, there's like 15 criteria to come up with what we call these. Palantir is neutral. Hood is neutral. SMCI hit the scanners. That's slightly bearish. MU hit the scanners again, slightly bullish. IREN, IREN is bullish. Tesla neutral, although that is not taking into account that news. That's why I took a swing on it. Coin is bullish. AVGO is bullish. Apple is bullish. Amazon is bullish. Yeah, this is the same stuff we talked about earlier. So I think that's what we can expect today. Let's take a look at what's Tesla doing right now. It's not something we wanted to trade on this channel. Yeah, so it's going down after I took my swing on it. Thank God I don't have many shares, so it's down a couple bucks. Oh well. Let's see. Hood is down right now. AMD is down from the open. And NVIDIA is up from the open. So that's a weird thing considering. I have my multiple scanners up here that are picking up, different things here. And this kind of the top of the heap here. Is that AMD's got the higher volume, which is a switch, from a couple weeks ago. And that one is one of the ones, but it's not the 15-cent one. This is the one that is, this is the one that's at the 15-cent one that I've been using, I believe. And here's the ones that are moving within those, in the parameters, the strike and recoil. So I was kind of looking at all those. I haven't looked at Apple yet. It was so slow yesterday that I was like, I don't know. But I want to see today. I mean, I got stuck over there waiting.
Fed Vice Chair does not comment on monetary policy.
This is the other one.
Remarks to community banking.
So I have all these open, detached, just to click on them quickly because they're set for my link to my things, just so I can quickly look around. I don't want to get stuck today on something that's just not moving as our time ticks away, So We got a while till I start trading theoretically, but
BNAI penny stock.
depending on if we're ready and if something sets up, I might. And we're waiting for consolidation is what we're waiting for. So there's NVIDIA, and it is biased up. But, you know, when it gets near that 190, it always pulls back. So 190, 105, I think, is the high. So I don't know how long biased we want to go with this. Let's see. So AMD was going down. Let me try. I just want to take a look at Apple to see how it's moving on the level 2. Let me just take a quick look here. 6 cents. 5, 6 cents. That's all we're going to get. There you go. There was 8 cents. But a 25 cent share size, my God, we could be waiting forever to make any money here. But I want to try to do quicker trades or double down on this. Up, you know, my full share size would be 100 shares. So go in at 25% of that, and then be ready to just. It's not real. I don't find it taking a chance to add into the share size, but not getting to that $100 max loss that we want to do on this type of trading for this channel. So so those are some prices from yesterday that are kind of worthless. So let me just get rid of those. Do we have any historical data? I mean, that was a double chip. Yeah, that hit across here too. Probably like right there. That's actually from a few days ago, but that would be better than that level, I think. And then if it got up into here, you smooth across, probably you're hitting most of that area. So that, yeah, so 259. Yeah. When it gets that close, you just call the even dollar or the half dollar, you know.
The European Commission proposing out-of-quota duty of 50% for imported steel.
So I don't know how many of you took advantage of the deal that they're having this week, but I'll try to show the books better. But if you are reviewing their color books that just came out, the Candlestick Mastery Beginner to Pro in 66 patterns and the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. That's Day Trading Volume 2 and 3, although I'm not sure it will come up if you don't type the titles. Candlestick Pattern Playbook and Candlestick Mastery Beginner to Pro in 66 patterns. Or just go to the $1 Million Margin Club. You can click right on the books. But the color versions, if you review them, you don't even have to buy them. Just go review them. Send a screenshot of your review. It does not need to be a verified review. It just needs to show it on there as a review, which might take a day or whatever. And then you can pick a free script of your choice. If you happen to buy the colored book, you can get 2 indicators. I say script, two indicators of your choice. If you do it for both books, you can get up to 4 indicators or 2 for free just by reviewing. That's a pretty good deal. That's a good value. It's a $50 value for free. And if you're missing a few of the indicators that are handy, this is your chance to get them. If you you might want to just bank it, like say, can I pick my indicator in the future, like if you don't need one right now, so you could do that too, and then just remind them you resent the review and say I banked it. It was one of the things they mentioned to me, because people do that. Like, I have all the indicators, and then they said, well, you can just, if you review it, now's when they need the help, because it hits the algorithm on Amazon to help their sales. So it's helping them, no question about it. They're getting something out of it, no question about it. But you're getting free indicators. So it's a win-win deal. And if you like the books and you like the indicators, this is a really good way to support somebody you like and get something out of it. So, I can see that I've left this rule up all this time. Sorry, guys. This is what I did on the other thing too. I left that rule up and never took it down. And I
Activity
talked
in the
about all
stock.
these
Now moving
stocks I
again.
just showed you,
This
and that
20,
rule's been up the whole time.
21.63
Sorry.
local best.
It's the way it's clicked on OBS. So thank God I caught it now, honestly, because that could have been through the entire trading. But what I did here to recap what I just done is I made some money on AMD early on, and then we talked about how this is going to move. Man, I feel so stupid that I did that again. So I marked some historical data, did the fibs on this. So we're going to watch this today. I was hoping it might hit that fib in reverse, but it's already seemed to coming back. And then we looked at NVIDIA. I'm sure you guys were screaming at me like you're locked on some stupid picture. Bet you know those rules now. So this was the other one I looked at in NVIDIA. So it's broken the ATR high. Again, at that 190 level, I'm a little worried to continue to go long biased. I was reading the news earlier calling out all the bias based on our criteria. And this was I think this was slightly, no, it said slightly bearish, which is weird. And then there's news on Tesla where they're supposed to have some big announcement today. So I took a swing on it. I'm at the 151 swing on another account. So it's really early to see what's going to happen. Generally, I think this is going to start climbing back up from its big fall. But, and I have a very, very tiny share size, not like the last time. So it seems like it's swaling back up. So I'm hoping that that swing will go good. What time do we have? Because I kind of like to maybe. Well, let me just show you these. So this is, you see that? Yes. Okay. So this is what the candlestick pattern playbook looks like that they're pushing. And that's what the cover looks like. And this is really good because it rates them. So you get a lot about trading, just general. And then you have the new colored images, which are really cool. In the back, you have the flashcards. And they put the patterns inside actual, real charts so you can see. So that's one of the books you want. You can review that. You don't even have to buy it, and you can get a free indicator. Remember, you have to take a screenshot of your review and send it to them. And then this is the other one that I can never remember the title of: Candlestick Mastery, Beginner to Pro in 66 candles and 66 patterns. That's a mouthful. Unfortunately, it won't come up under Day Trading Volume 3. It only comes up under this title. But if you go to the website, it's right there. And then they have, this one is actually, it doesn't have them rated, but there's a couple of really cool things about this book, if you want to get it. These little cheat sheets, you can just cut right out. They have a full patterns. You just tape them to a monitor. I mean, these are really cool to have. They're smaller than the flashcards. And then they have all these quizzes. And by the time you're done doing these quizzes, you're going to know your patterns, man. I mean, that's... So anyway, I'm not going to beat this. I mean, this is why I'm here. So I'm going to talk about it over here, is to talk about their products. But I might show them one more time. But so we're supposed to start trading at 10:30. I might go in a little bit earlier. That's East Coast time.
BQ shares resume trading now. 23.51, 47%.
We've got a few
Rebel
people
Quebec,
on today. Not too
23.51
bad. I've got a
high.
whole crowd on
And
Zoom as
shares
well.
are, looks like halted once again.
Charlie's here. She's here handling the chat for the Zoom.
Nope, still
And
trading
we're going to
right
only
now.
do
Get a high
25 shares
23.51.
today
They have to
so
resume
that
BQ.
I can
BQ.
average into the positions I want to hold longer before we hit that $100 loss. So we've marked NVIDIA. I've marked Tesla, and I've marked, which I don't typically want to trade here, but we'll take a look if it's slow enough. And I marked AMD, which I'm very interested in trading today. Let's get a look at this one. This one's hitting the scanners regularly now. So this is a long biased, I believe. Yeah, bullish. This is just bullish today. It doesn't even say slightly bullish. So let me get this. We're already broke the ATR for the RV level. Here's the high ATR. Let's mark this out because this might be what we go for. It's cheap too. So you guys can afford more shares if you can trade anything you want to trade. I'm going to keep it at the 25 so I can hold in to a position a lot longer if it goes against me. That's what I believed was the key problem yesterday. Because when I got off, if you see the recap video on Day Trading for Success YouTube channel, you'll see how fast I rolled out of it and got into a big profit. So it's a different way. I touched on this earlier when I was talking, so I won't go over the whole thing again. But that's why we lowered the share size. I lowered the share size. I'd say everything's a we here. So that I could, I talk about how where I'm the most successful is when I do reverses, and I'm constantly doing what I call managing a bad position, which will be hundreds of dollars, and I'm just used to trading that way. And here, it's the second I hit 100, I was like, I got to get out. I got to follow the rules. And I'm just like, oh my God, I would never do that normally if I believed in the move based on the data. So, yeah, let me get to the 2-day here. And that's and really from our conversations with and thank you for the help from some of the directors of the $1 Million Margin Club who noticed the difference in the way I traded, and they said they thought that was, a couple of them said the biggest thing is you're not reversing, so you have to look at it differently, So I don't know what I just did. What did I stop that at? 76. That's the wrong number. I'll fix that. 65. So this should be at 67. 46, 67. See, that was a little bit of dyslexia there. Which I don't really think I have, but I don't know. All kinds of things happen when you get older that you didn't think you had.
BQ, Boki, halted 25.79 the high, Rebel Quebec.
What's our time? All right, so I still got time. Let's take a look at this on the 10-day for other historical data. So we're way out of the zone for this. This is where we're trading right now. So I don't really have anything historical unless it comes back here. So I'll go ahead and I don't really want to mark the I will mark that because it was such an abrupt turnaround right there. But I don't know if we'll get there. Maybe I'll smooth across those levels. That's possible there and there. I don't think these are even to come into play. But mostly we'll go by the fib levels for guidance and the ATR levels on this stock. I didn't even look here to see what we were up against here. 6 cents. 6 cents in 10 seconds. Try again. I'll take it at the 47. Okay, there was 11 cents in a split second. Okay, so this is doable. There's a doable trading thing here. It stopped at the $60. Let me get a better look at this to see if we should just go in this right away today, because this looks exciting to me. I like the way this is consolidating right around the ATR. That helps us read these. So I am going to probably take a trade on this. So, and we're going in nice low share size. Did I get off of pre-market? Yes, I did. So rejecting off the 60, short off the 60, but we're going to trade at long bias. So maybe take a long off the 59 level. So between $60 and 59 with the ATR in the middle to help us a little and see if we can get some churning around here. Low share size, not a big movement on the level 2 can allow us to hold this trade as people are coming on for the 10:30 mark that we're supposed to start, which is in 10 minutes. Let's just see. So that's the 59.50 mark. Here comes this, going to pull the magnet up. So this is an upward move. It's showing, everything shows upward move. So, and I am long bias, so I hesitate to go short up here, but it's the nature of the game, right? Let's try to get some, what's our spread? It's pretty tight. Yeah, it's pretty tight. So I can sell off the $60 if it gets up there and not worry about selling the ask. I can just do the market. It's about to go up because this is pulling it up. So this magnet should come up in a second. Having a hard time breaking that ATR, which is 59.75. It seems like it's wanting to stay right here. Wow. So here comes the magnet coming across. So MACD says, what are you doing? Yeah, this is actually a good spot to buy as it goes down. I'm going to go ahead and get in there. So it's just 25 shares. I got it at 40 cents because everything shows signs of going up, not down. So I'm playing that move as it dips. And I don't know how much money we make on 25 shares, but I want to get it back up above the ATR, and I'm not opposed to adding to 50 shares if it drops to 59. So I'm right at my position here. Really, really safe trade, low share size. It's not moving very, these need to recede like I'm seeing. I'd like to see those go back. That's a very, very recent price level action volume price level. So let's see that go back. Let me get a better, I was looking at the meter. I wasn't actually looking at the pattern of this. So let's see. Stronger buyers than sellers over the last few minutes. So we should see this turn around, but I'd love it to go down first so I can add to the share size, but it's going to go up. So let's get it back up here before we take a profit. See if we can get it up to, 40 cents up at least. So I don't know what that's going to be money-wise, like not very much. $10, which is a lot for 25 shares, I guess. So this is the part that's going to be a bit tedious, is these low numbers here with 25 shares, right, guys? So, well, you don't have 25 shares. I see that right there. What's our volume here? Okay, it's pretty good. So you have 500 shares. You deserve to lose this trade. I knew this was going to happen, that I go on Zoom and then these guys would trade the higher share sizes. I was trading the more conservative. So this means it's going to pull it down lower. Let's get it down to 59 where we can add, right? That'd be good. Then we'll be at 59.20 price target if it goes down. 27, 20, 19, 16. It's seeming to turn around right there. I'm going to go in now. So I'm now into 50 shares, and I'm at 30 cents instead of 20 cents. Big. Now we have big chances going on. 50 shares. So I saw signs of a reversal, so I went ahead and went in when I could before it just started to go straight up. And that doesn't mean it's going to go up, but I saw signs of it, so I went for it. Sellers were reducing. Volume was reducing on sellers. Level 2 was ticking higher as it swaled up and down. It was swaling higher highs and lower lows. But look what happened. So now it's coming down here, and I would be inclined to buy again at the 59. So that would put me at 59.15 if I got it at an even 59 down here. Hit it for a second on the market. And that would give me the 100 shares that would be my full position. So this fib should hold it, but I'm just making sure that would have got out for a profit already had I picked it up down there. Well, I would have had a profit. I don't think I would have got out, but so we're 6 minutes away from where I'm supposed to start trading, and here I am, $8 down. But this gives me the opportunity to really trade the move by going in low share size to begin with, wait for the move. So, it could get all the way down here to 58, and that would be where I'd hit my max loss if I got to 100 shares. Don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it did open much lower. The only good news on this stock right now I'm not going to add to it unless I see it kind of get down here and start to turn around. I'm going to just keep where I'm at, which is 59.30. And we'll wait for it to break up here like it should be doing soon here. So this is its swale down. Get back up. Did make made a high there, but then couldn't break that ATR for the most part right there. We'd probably take profit at just below the ATR level if we get up there. Wow, it's going to make me go in full share size down here. We're going to go for it down here. Feeling very confident about the trade still, not worried. Price action's above it. I don't really want to see the magnet pull down, but it might. If I add to it, I'm getting in a much better position. I'd be at the 59 even. If I add, tempting 50, I'm going to go for it. So I'm at 92 and I'm at 100 shares. Now my max loss is 100. And I'm going to wait this move to make us some big money up here. It's going to turn around. Big money. Big money. We're waiting it out. Now at least we've got something riding. Now obviously on the PDT, this is nowhere near the max share size. I called it that because I entered in at 25 shares. So it's turning around now. It's going to make us some money. Let's get it a little higher. I don't want to just get green, though. I want to kind of get up in here if we can, back up to 59.50. And then we have some decent money on this trade. I am confident still it's going to go up. I'm long biased on it, but obviously anything can happen. Had I started with 100 shares, I probably would have hit my max loss already, and it would have been like you couldn't wait out this move. And there's the bottom of the magnet that's going to turn it around if it happens to get down that low. There's the 58.50 level, which kind of gave it some resistance before on an almost tweezer move here, which is at really 46.
BA Boeing set to win in conditional EU antitrust approval for $4.7 billion acquisition of Spirit AeroSystems. According to Reuters, Boeing remedies to address EU concerns likely to
Is that
be
going to hit
sale
the
of
scanners?
Spirit assets in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Malaysia. Other remedies likely to be sale of Spirit's Europe-focused activities to Airbus. That's BA Boeing.
All right, guys, we are already in a trade. We started a little early. Long biased on this stock.
Shares of Boeing getting a little pop here on that news. Bravo Alpha.
Yeah, if you have the Benzinga Pro, which I have a link to on the Day Trading for Success channel, helps me out, and that they tell you all the stories. You just jump over to that story. That some people only trade that way, and you can read them loud to you so you can't miss them. It's worth the membership just for that. But there's so many other cool things that Benzinga offers on the news service. It's a chunk of money to get it, but you usually can make it in the first couple of days or week if you follow along what they say. So it's not just a scanner service. It's them telling you, hey, everybody's over here. Go trade this way, verbally telling you, making an announcement. So that's pretty cool. It's definitely worth its weight in gold for sure. Of course, online, and nothing weighs anything. So what is that really worth? So it's recovering now. We want to get it all the way back up here. Let's get some money out of this. So here's our official trading start time. And I did make a little bit of money with AMD earlier today. I think I showed you guys. I don't want to flip right now. But here's our climb out of the dungeon. It's climbing up. Hopefully it won't reject off that 59 level. I'm just below the 59 there. I just burst through it. That's what we like to see. So now we're going to get a decent trade as it goes up. So it broke the 9. It hit the 20. The question is how much, do I really want to try to... I could have got out at 14 bucks there, which is a decent trade. But I kind of think it's going to get up here a bit higher, so we'll hold it a little longer. and hope that I didn't just give up the only profit that this would have made. I am long biased on it, so I just need to wait a little bit for the move. 5 minute doesn't look
ScalpMeter Pro squawk has disconnected.
Oh, come on. Yeah, they're just gone. You're taking me off by what I'm doing here. Seems like they've just stopped broadcasting right after I gave them a plug. Oh well, I'll check on that in a minute. There's no way to turn it back on. I always wonder, is it just me? So I kind of wanted this to move faster than this. So this is what I didn't want to get stuck in, is a slow moving thing. So if it hits that 14, 15 bucks again, I'll probably just take it. And so we can go to see if we can find a little bit faster moving. There was $10. Could sell the ask on this. See, that was a pretty big swing, and it just kept going up. But it pulled right back again. A real recoil there. Looking at the ask. I'm looking at the ask. Now it's right at 59. It's just stopping dead at the even dollar, not giving me an opportunity to really make money on it. I'm at 92. Here's the ask. So there it goes. Like, there's a few bucks there, but I want it to break through the 59. Then I'm going to switch stocks. I'll try that. There we go. So $12. And let me get out of this because that took forever. What is NVIDIA doing right now? It's up at 88. I did mark this out earlier. Actually, you know what? Let me go over to AMD because that was exciting. Okay. Let's see. So I've got 50 bucks on this already. Yeah, from looking at the 5 minute, I think we have a player over here. This is long biased. If you saw, all the targets got raised way above where it is. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to climb right up there. Wow, big move just within minutes ago. Okay, so let me get onto this and just see. Stopped at the VWAP. See it? Let me just get set up. I think we can. Okay, so let's lower this back down. We'll go back down to 25. Okay. Don't like that zero there. And let me get a better look at the MACD. Call those, man. They call that every time. So it seems to be making a real move right now. I feel like I'm almost chasing it if I jump in. That went up a whole $1 for AMD there. Broke the VWAP. So you might get it to flip around here at 50% market magnet and draw back down a bit. Let's see if we can get a dip. There we go. It's a little bit of a dip. That was a 20-cent dip. I missed it. See if it does that again. Yeah, this is a good one. We're getting 15 to 25 cent moves here, so within 15 seconds. So this is good. Now see, it already burst through. So it seems to be deciding to make it to try to retrace where it was earlier. So I do want to get in this move, and if it goes down, and manage a bad position. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get in that. So I got in at 04, and I can add if it gets down into here a bit. So starting with just 25 shares, having a little bit of a cushion here. Now, if you just came in, I lowered the share size so I could, add into the position as it went against me without hitting my max loss, so quickly. And unfortunately, that rickshaw man is a reversal sign right when I got in. But you can see I'm down 40 cents here, and it's only $9. So it's workable. Probably at the 50-cent mark, you would see me get in, which would put me up at 215.77 range, and then I could get up faster. But I kind of want to see before I add to my position. I kind of like to see it reversing a little bit, you know, not just get in because I get a better price point. What's our spread? 4 cents, huh? I'm going to go for it. All right. Now that was not reversing, but I was looking at the pattern. I liked it. So I went in. Now I'm 50 shares at 215.68. Lots of time to hold this. It's right at the VWAP. I thought it would flip there. That was what I was hoping for, but it broke it. That's a VWAP is like a pattern. So I watched the level 2 swale up as it was hitting that, and I thought it's about to pop, and instead it went down. So I'm not going to add to this right away because I have more time before I hit the max loss. So now it broke the 9 and broke the 20. So that's a pretty strong move down suddenly from where it was. Now, of course, I wish I would have waited to add it. It's recoiling back up a little. I don't have a problem going up to 100 shares here, depending on the price action. MACD says you're not done yet. Magnet's right here, right around the 214 level is where we would expect it to reverse. This is where it's been consolidating. So that was a real, I got it at the high. Of course, you never know that it's the high until it goes the other way. But that's a pretty big rejection candle on the 5-minute. So that's a little scary looking. We have down here. So the boring part of trading, we wait. Break that 50 cent, you might see me go in and to I don't know if I want to call it full size, but up to 100. There it goes. It did it once, twice. I'm going to go ahead and go in. So now I have 100 shares. Now I'm cooking. Now this is where I was starting yesterday, remember? And it didn't allow me time, in my opinion, to make the move. But I could have called that wrong because here we go. There it goes. So that was the max. It hit it for a split second and then bounced back. So I'll give it a bigger play here. Really looked like it was going to turn around there, so that's why I added in. But it is not doing what I was hoping it would do. Taking too long. Yeah, there it goes finally. So a sign of a reverse. Oh, shoot. Okay, so that's my max there. Holding. Okay. So I lost that. I lost my cushion, and I lost that on that trade. So I held it even longer than I should have. So, all right. Well, I called it wrong. Again, I do believe this is a long bias here. I'm annoyed by that trade. But I'm looking to get back in this move again as it hits down to this ATR. See if we can get any more of a dip. Yep. That's at 47. Well, it's going back up. Went ahead and went in. I thought I hit it at 80 cents. Okay, so I'm starting again with a very low share size. Try to build it up as it goes my way. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident with that. I mean, it was lower down here at 212, hit that fib, and then, of course, it opened. I mean, that's the pre-market. So it opened way over here. You know, it did come down some to 212. So that's not bad managing a losing position there. So see it break up here, and then you'll see me add it. If it broke 214.50, I would add into my position long. I don't always just add in when it's going down, you know. So I try to add in when I see the readings of it that it's going the right direction, you know. So we just crossed that 5 minute. You know, it's green on the 5 minute now. Let me get some better readings here. It's going to try to hurt me again here. Luckily, I have a pretty good position for this when I got in, so seems like it just wants to suddenly go the other way today, which is surprising. It might take, you know, a better part of the day to go up. I do think it will go up, though. But the market's showing down on the 15 minute, not on the 5. So I don't have $100 down total, but I did on that last trade. So that's why I got out. Yeah, and then this is going slow too, so NVIDIA's come back down some. Is anybody going up? There's one that's hard to borrow. So obviously we're easy recovery with larger share size when the time comes, if that's what has to be done. Trying to trade a certain way here. Low enough that 1-2 trades, conservative trades, you're green, you know. But we're just plodding along here at this low share size in a stock that suddenly started to move very slowly. Wow, so it's definitely continuing to fade here, which is a little surprising. It's a serious tweezer move on that 5 minute there. Almost an abandoned baby. You had a rickshaw man. Ouch. Come on, really? I will add down here again. I'll do it again. I'm just looking to see. So there's the, wow, huh? Surprising. So it's at 54 is the fib, so we're a little high to add still. Let me just see here. What's our bigger move here for this? Yeah, so it was all the way down to 203 yesterday. This is where we're coming up to now, sort of this resistance level. Support level, I mean, it's going back up now, so. No, I guess not. Looked like it was, but yeah, because it was way down there. Well, I'm holding a bad position again and being held hostage, I feel like. AMD is proving more difficult to call than I thought. I thought it would be very long biased. It's already done its retracement. We need to go back up. Look at the price target, 275 from Wells Fargo. Another price target, 250. 273. Now, obviously, those are more long-term looks. 265. Oops, I missed that rock there, huh? I would have added there had I didn't see that happen. That happened when I wasn't looking. I was at 212.50. Well, it's going to give me another chance to hurt myself. If it gets down there, I will do it. You got to go for it. You know, you got to. I believe this is going to go up. I just, how long do I want to hold it, to go up on a scalp, on a strike and recoil? It's really too long already, But this is very odd, but whatever. So they say. See if we can break that ATR high again. Let's do 1350. So I'm too close to my position. I'm not going to add. Okay. So now we're getting a move up. So maybe if it hits the 214, I might add to it there. It's going to break the 214. It might be a real move up here. So we're on a new 5-minute. I'd love a 5-minute to close green, honestly. All right. I got a worse position by doing that, but I have more shares now. 50 shares. Let's get up to the 50-cent mark here. Keep going. Stay on target. That'll get us back a lot of the money. You're not going to reject from here. You're just starting your big move. See how the volume went up with the buyers, so this should keep going. We're right at the magnet. I'd like to see some price action come up in this area. See it come across here. I don't want to ride it back down again. I'll just take the profit and then look to get right back in. There we go. Now we got some money happening here. So that's at the 80. I'll just take that. All right, so we at least cut that down a little bit. We'll go back down to 25. And we'll look for a dip. So it looked, to me, it seemed like it might reject off that VWAP. So I went ahead and took the profit. And then lowered the share size so we could get back in and potentially add to the shares. Now, I could have potentially added there, but I feel like it might retrace a bit before it just keeps going straight up, feel like. Why do I feel like that? What is the data that I'm reading that I can try to articulate that? Just the retracement from the level 2 would be what I call it. I call it a level 2 retracement, watching that happen and looking for that to retrace a little bit. 61, there it goes, 45, 50. All right, so I'll go ahead and go in. I don't think it's going to retrace much. I think it's going to go right back up, and that's why I got it. And now we look for it to break the VWAP. 25 shares, safe, Fortunately, we went down with 100 shares, so it's going to take a lot longer to go back up if we're just entering this and not adding to the position. Something breaking that VWAP would tell me to add if it broke the VWAP. If it goes down, I'm not going to think about adding until it gets near the magnet and then maybe play that reindeer game again. It did quite a bit of a dip here, though, so... There it goes. You break that VWAP. Looking at just over the 12-cent mark. There it goes. It hit the 10-cent mark. 19. I'm going to go ahead and go in. I now have 50 shares. And we'll try to burst up there to the 50-cent mark up there. It fell back down. I'm going to take that. I'm just going to take that profit. So we got a lot closer there. I think I'm going to keep this, the way this is moving, I'm going to keep this at 50 to try to capture these dips as it goes up. Now, you got to be careful if it comes up to this tweezer. It might be a natural spot to short, but I'd really like to play this long biased. Hit the 215, bounce right back up. I looked at the bid there real quick. Seems like it is definitely trying to swale up here, but maybe we'll get a big dip. There was 89, 87. Is he going to go down any further? It can't be rejecting yet, right? 69. Just waiting it out to see if we can catch the bottom of that dip. I'll try it there. All right, so now I've got a higher share size, so it's a bit riskier to get that dip. But I don't think it's that risky, so we'll see. I'd like to see this get green, and then we'll reassess. Looked like it was going to make a big push there and then pulled back. Yeah, not a good look. It broke over and made the 5. This is the vertical, shows you the new 5 minutes. So the 5 minute people are seeing a red candle there. So I have to keep that in mind, holding into this position. Trading with the crowd. We're not getting moves that are more than like $7 to $10 upward. 87 cents. That was 19 cents up on 50 shares. 100 shares, it would have been a good trade. I'll try to get that so that we're really close, but it didn't pick me up. 96 cents. So that's a fairly decent trade for 50 shares. So we're down to $5 down. So I'm stair-stepping back up to a decent, trying to get. Now I have green on another stock here somewhere, I think. I don't know how much, but just learning how to scalp. Got out of there just in time. Look for a dip down here, possibly at the 214 level even. And now it is a lower high here, so on the 5 minutes. So, it could possibly be pounding down, but I really think this is going to be long. The sellers were really low volume there. You can see on the Scalp Pro, the buyers are still, controlling the volume. So you might get a little bit of wishy-washy here, but wow, so that broke the 214. Interesting. Now I'm just going to do market. The spread's so tiny. Just seeing if it's going to keep dipping below that. Get a better dip. It's going back up. It's going down, 7, up 6, down 8, up 5. It's still kind of swaling down on the level 2. I'm playing it long bias still, guys, so there we go. Give me a dip. I would have ended up at there we go. So that's a little better. Can we get any? I just missed it. Darn. That would have been good. I thought about it. I almost picked it up at 76 cents, so I would have already had a decent, would have been green over here. But it looked like it was going to hit into the 60 cents, so this is down here. The ATR is at 46 cents. 50 cent mark. There we go. So now let's see if it pounds down a little further. There we go. Okay. 61. That's safe enough to manage a losing position if it continues to drop. So, but right there, we're at least green. So I took a quick strike and recoil there. Of course, it would have been better to hold it a little longer. Let's see if we get another dip. So this is purposely kept nice and low so you guys can go about this safely. You can, of course, trade 500 shares if you want and look at my trades, but get a feel for this up and down. Don't panic. Make sure your share size is low enough where you're just not going to care. If it goes $1 or $2 against you, it's like, okay, well, I only had 10 shares, so I'm down $20. Okay, so no big deal, Right at the magnet now. So we are trading AMD. It is giving us enough price action, but our share size is low, so you're not going to see a lot of exciting numbers here. I was up 50-something bucks and I lost it. Okay, tried to get in there. I wanted to get in at 55. I got in at 69. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Tried to pick up a few bucks there. 80 at 89. It seemed like it was going to swale right up there. I'm going to hold that for a minute. Nope. All right, I'm going to cancel that order. I will add if it gets down here to, if it shows any signs at 213 of turning around. Right now, we'll just keep it at 50. Got me back red again. So we're just scalping along. We're learning to scalp. Easy does it. Easy numbers. You're not going to get rich following me along unless you raise your share size, and then you could go poor. Here we go. So 69. Again, I wished I had entered in a much better share size than what I got it at there. This time I think I'll sell market if it gives me what I want up there. The spread's pretty tight, so what is the spread on this? 5 cents, 4 to 5 cents. That's what it should give me when I get out of this trade. Kind of want it to dip so I can add more shares because this is pretty low. We worked our way out of the little hole. We're green again. Trying to get up a little higher green. Spending a lot of time down here at this level, which I don't like. Hit that ATR. That is the average true range over 14-day high. So you added the entire range to the close of the previous day, and you get that, which means the range should be below this, but it passed it already based on some catalyst, some news that everybody was putting a higher value on the stock, that it was a low-valued stock right now. It's undervalued, so people are putting targets that are way higher, and that tends to drive it up, but not necessarily the same day. It might take a day or two. It does seem that the market's getting more emotional where these kind of things happen faster. Again, I'm trying to get out of this, and just for a little bit of money. I mean, I'd like to get like 10 bucks at least, but it is only 50 shares, so that's 20 cents upward from my position, which I had at one point. I thought, yeah, there it was. It hit it for a second, and it. All right, so we got it, and then it pulled right back down. Let me take a look at. So we're green again, at least. Now, we had all discussed not trading Tesla, but with the share size being this low, it's not beyond the realm of people handling it. So let me lower this to 25 and just get a look at this and see if we even want to do it. I mean, the 5 minutes really good between the fibs. Let's see how that translates here. I definitely need the pro meter patterns here. So yeah, the sellers are actually stronger when they spike here than the buyers. VWAP's up here. There's our two fibs. It seems to be respecting them for the most part. Supposed to be going up today, based on some mysterious, amazing news. Makes me want to go long off the fib, but if I did, there's a whole $1 down, so that's 25 bucks down if it went that far. Now, it was all the way up here, so, and it's got news, so you got to be careful shorting it. But it was making lower highs. Unless this is the time it's going to do its deal. And I kind of hope it will, because I've got a swing at 451. Not very high share size on another account, but it's hurting me. I have 2 though. I have another swing I'm doing quite well with. So you will find that I will do that often. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Whoa. So there's a long off the fib if I wanted to. Wow. So that's even lower at the 80. Is that going to keep going? Definitely tempting to hit that dip. I'm going to go for it. I pick it up, try to get it at 85. I'm going to get out. It didn't pick me up fast enough. Rereading that, it seems like it's going a little bit stronger of a dip there. It hit 84 on the bid for a second. So there's definitely a recoil for money here. Low share size, so you're not going to get much, but it play the 10 cent to 20 cent recoil, I guess. 20 cent recoil would be safe on this. Here we go. Got it at 67. Yeah. You're not going to make much money with 25 shares, but it was a green trade anyway. Looking for another dip. I mean, it might just take off, right? So when you get in it, so you can make a little bit more. It's inhabiting below that fib. There it goes. Okay. Again, I would want lower than the 80 cent there. I'd want to get down to the 60, 50 cent level here to buy the bid, to buy the dip down there. There's 74.70. Looks like it's going down. Let's wait for a big dip down here and then grab it. 62. I tried to get it at 60. See me there? There we go. I got it at 60 now, so I'll sell the ask as it recoils up. Assuming it's going to recoil up on me. Managing a bad position if it doesn't. Definitely want to be careful adding shares to this stock because it moves so fast, so many dollars at a time. It's staying down here, which, I need to see it get back up toward that fib. So pretend it's 2,500 shares and think about how you feel, That's a pretty big dip. So we got down here to 45.81 at one point. Wow, there it goes, huh? I'm hesitating to add to that, that's for sure. Do we have any new news on that? Interesting, huh? It did that big of a fall off. There's your ATR. I'm holding into this move for now, looking for signs of a reversal. That's a whole buck down from my position. If it starts to go up fast, I'll add to my position. I'd have to do market to make it work. It's not going up there, so instead it's hurting me more. Oh my God, what is going on with this? I don't want to take too big a hit on this. Well, didn't see that coming. Thought we had a consolidation pattern with a long biased. So this is anything than what I thought would happen, but this is the problem with Tesla. You just can't read this stock. The volume picked up so high. Sellers jumped on. Look at it. It picked up high. They're still jumping on. Man. Wow, is it gonna rebound off the 44 and the ATR down there? Give me a rebound here. Show me some love here. No. Wow. Took me a while to dig out of that other hole over there. I keep wanting to add. That's why I haven't dropped out of the max loss here. I keep wanting to add and play it going the direction it should be going. So this is kind of freaking me out. What was it? Spiked down there at 42.12. 43 bucks. We're $3 down. Over $3 down here. So I would say that it's lost all of its levels that I would have called support. It's just continuing to break down. Oh, there it goes. Wow. So I'm going to hit my max loss here. That's it. At 25 shares. Oh my God. They just don't want me to do well on this channel. Now, as you know, we can pull out of this, but not at 25 shares. I probably can't. So it's just like, what the heck's going on with Tesla? I will do a recap and hopefully be nice and green, but it would be lovely if I could do it while I'm trading with you. I mean, I got out right there, and look, here we go. Right? Here we go. He's out. You can go up now. Jeez. So that apparently was the bottom, right where I got out. See, I do this just so you guys can identify with me. It's like, how often does that happen to you? So I did that on purpose, as far as you know. This is what I want to get green. I don't want to go to another stock. I want to get this green because it bothers me. But, man, I'd have to go up in share size to play this, to get out of here. And we'll go to 50. How much time do I have? I've got a little bit of time. I just don't want to dig a deeper hole here. Let me just take a bigger look at this. Yeah, I would say you guys should call it where you are, and I'm going to do some risky trading here, which I will hold into a bigger move down. So I want to just say that out loud, that you always say, can I see the recap live? Well, this would be what I would probably do. I'd probably do right this. I go to 100 shares or higher, and I would play the data that I see. So I'm going to wait a minute, and I think you guys should step away to be safe, or keep your share size really low. And let me just see if I'm going to go short or long here, because this is new data now. This is the new stuff that's going on here. So do not get what's happening here. There must be some news on Tesla that I'm not getting told here. Oh, that never came back on. My sound never came back on. What are you doing here? Large caps. Glad I didn't go long again. It's our recoil here. Yeah, be careful following anything I'm about to do, because it will be risky. I'm basically just zoning in on the level 2, looking at the recoils and trying to catch some quick moves here. All right. Oh man, it's turning around on me, so going to average in, depending on what it does right here. Could go bad, guys. That's why I say don't follow me. It could go bad. Willing to do a much higher max loss on this. $42.1. Watching the swailing up and down. Looking for a drop to average into 200 shares. It's not giving it to me, unfortunately. $44, $41, $44. Starting to drop, starting to lose momentum upward. Nope, and that wasn't a good sign that I just saw happen there. So got it at 42 even, looking for a drop. I might buy out here quick if it's starting to reverse, take a hit. There it goes. Started to play it short because it looked like it was really not done fading here, but it's not showing me love very quickly here, so I'm getting worried. But this is what you have to do, you know. It's a bit of a gamble when you go, but you just try to stick with what you feel is, you know, what you see happening, not feel, and then hold it out, hold for it, you know. So I was only $20 down briefly there, as opposed to 175 down. Not what I want to see. Now, this account doesn't have a lot of money in it, so I can't keep doing what I might do, which was add to this position even further. So that, unfortunately, that's going to make it so I need to get out here. So 43. If it's going to hold to 43, I got to get out and take a hit here. So let's see if it holds it or just keeps dropping back, making higher highs on the level 2. So I'd like to see that get down. There's a pretty good rejection there that should help. That was a red rickshaw man for a second there, and then it turned bullish. See, unfortunately the sellers are not strong here, so that's not good for me. So I'm just managing a bad position. MACD's sending it up. I don't want to see it break this ATR, so I'll get out. And you see me this is what happens sometimes when you raise the share size. It doesn't go your way, and you just have to be prepared for that, you know. I still believe that I will make it green here, but we are running short on time. Maybe not on this trade, but I will get nice and green. But let's see. Let's hold this a little longer into the move. It's still early. It started just to consolidate a lot right here, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. I wanted it to make some swift moves, and it didn't do it for me. So I think if I try to add to this, it's going to make that weird noise. I don't think this account can afford it. And you'd go like, why would you add? Because one of these dips like that would have got me green had I added, you know. So it would have been more opportunities to get out very quickly on what doesn't seem like the best trade here. It's because it's climbing up rather than climbing down, so it keeps getting worse for me as the time goes on. Kind of making its reversal everywhere. Let me take a look at the 15 minute here. Yeah, it's starting to show green on the 15. The 5 showing green. It's rejecting off that level, which is good, the 43.50. So we might see a big rejection here. So I'll keep my hopes up. What I don't want to see is it break this 20 and this ATR, because then I'm just going to get out and take a hit and then reassess for the next trade. Yeah, hit the 43.50. That was bad. So yeah, I'm going to get ready to get out of this. And it's going to be a big bad trade. It's a big bad trade for me today, guys. Going to have to work to get out. Going to reject off that ATR, my last hope. Really want to add to the position, but this account can't handle it, which I didn't consider as I started to do this. I don't have any excuses, though. It was a bad trade. It's simply a bad trade. So, and I'm held it deeper on purpose. So that's it. Okay, that's it. It broke the 22. So that's bad. You got to see it. So I gotta bail out of that. It would be hard on this account to bail out of that. So we were green for a while today, and I got over here, which you're saying, don't trade Tesla. Sorry, time. Yeah. Charlie wisely did not take my Tesla trade, so she's still green over there. But that's why I said don't take that trade. But you get to see me go red. Is that fun? We were green. You get to see me go red. So I'm going to have to come back and make this green so we look good on the account. It's just starting to recover the whole way, which it should be doing, and it should have traded long bias, but it sucked me in, you know. It sucked me in, and I went short before even. It would have to be way down here for me where my position was to make any, to say that I got out too soon, So that's a big number on a 25 share or 100, this isn't a big number for 200 shares, but I can't double down on this account. I know I keep saying the same thing because I'm frustrated that I just want to get this green really quick for you guys, but I think I'm going to have to work at it a little bit to do that. So day 2 of showing you a red stream. Sure, some subscribers are like, what is this, man? I do think that the recoil strategy works. I mean, we were green. When I got to Tesla, it didn't go too well here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to try to bail out of this in a few minutes. I'm going to take a break. I have something I have to do at 11:30. I'm going to prepare for that, East Coast time, and then I will come back and get this green. So I will see you guys soon. Be careful out there. Go green. Be more careful than me. Hopefully you didn't foul me. Like I said, don't foul that trade. Stay green. Don't foul these trades when I go wild. So, okay, I will talk to you soon, and go green out there, guys.